most generous people I've ever met, most hospitable people I've ever met. They will go out of their way to make sure you are comfortable. Like sometimes it makes me uncomfortable how comfortable they want me to be.
So one of the things I find interesting about Ethiopian culture is the sense of community that they have.
Yeah, Ethiopian culture is like super generous, which I really like. There's a lot of sharing and inviting people for meals and stuff like that, and I like that a lot.
One thing about Ethiopia is the wonderful tea. Not only is the coffee good, but the tea is good also.
Coffee is not only one of Ethiopia's largest sources of revenue, but it is an integral part of the culture. Buna ceremonies happen multiple times a day, and it allows for people to recharge and spend time with loved ones. Depending on the region, you might find sugar, salt, or even butter in your coffee. Although the cups are small, don't be fooled. This coffee packs a powerful punch, which is why you can find this delicious coffee all over the world and even at your local Starbucks.
Yeah, we love it too. It's a beautiful country.
Ethiopia is beautiful.
Ethiopia is the house of human evolution.
Ethiopia is black people.
The Church of Lalibela.
Ethiopia is in the Horn of Africa.
Ethiopia is my country.
Ethiopia language is Amharic.
Beautiful.
A developing country.
Ethiopia has many traditional foods. There are
Injera,
Bella, Dorot. Traditional food is Dorot.
Kitfo.
Traditional drink is Ella. And Dabo.
I actually love injera and wants. The taste of it, my family makes amazing food.
If you read the Ethiopia Lonely Planet, it says that injera is like a pancake. It is not like a pancake. It's like sourdough spread out with Play-Doh.
My favorite food in Ethiopia is this thing called shakla tibs. It means clay tibs, and it's very similar to fajitas, but not quite fajitas.
Grab some food, roll it up, and they stick it in your mouth, and that's it. You know, sometimes I don't even have to use my own hands.
This one is a gusha. We call it gusha. We want to tell them that we love them and we just want them to eat. This is Ethiopian food. Its name is this one. Bayanet. This one is cabbage. This is pepper. Injera, potato, carrots, lentils, and pepper.
Ethiopia may be a country made up of over 80 different nations, nationalities, and languages, but the one thing that ties them all together is injera. Injera is a sponge-like bread made from the grain teff. After mixing teff with water, the mixture sits for 2 to 3 days, giving it its sourdough-like taste. Injera is eaten at every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my gosh, sick to death of it. Sick to death. If one more person tells me Izosh when I'm sick or tired or hungry or... To the people back home who don't know, it means like be strong or like resist. And it's at first it was really empowering, but when you hear it 5 times a day, it stops being empowering.
No, it's if you're sick, if you're tired, if you're breathing, if you're not breathing, if you're like, close your eyes for a second.
One of my favorite things about Ethiopian culture is it's a physical expression, and you'll notice it rather quickly. You'll be talking to somebody, and they'll be like, and you just be like, what's going on? Like, you might pause for a second, like really confused and freaked out. But that gasp and the is something that many Ethiopians do to signify that they're agreeing with you, that they're listening. Is like eggs you on, you know, like I know what you're talking about, or you're right. And it's really cute. It's really hilarious. So subtle, but you see it everywhere.
I definitely noticed that Ethiopians are very communal. Like back in the States, we're very independent, private people. But here, everything is together. Everything is done as a community, which can get kind of annoying at sometimes when you want to be alone or like do something on your own. But when you think about the values that are like underneath it, that they really just care about you, that it's something that's really interesting to me, and I enjoy it.
One thing that I've noticed about the Ethiopian culture that I find very remarkable is the affection or the physical touch between the males here. Very common it is for them to hold hands, wrap their arms around each other, even sit on each other's laps, which blew my mind. Imagine just walking down the street, another man sitting on someone's lap, and you're like, whoa.
But guys hold hands here and touch each other and stuff, and it's adorable because it's like completely not what the Western world thinks of that. And this is Dabo Colo, but it's pretty good. So yeah, cheers.
Ethiopian culture is so family-oriented and so community-wise. They always look out for each other, whether it's for a birthday or for a wedding. They're always celebrating, but then they're also just as quick to be with someone when there's a grief or someone's sick or someone's family member is sick and in another town. Like, they're very supportive of each other, and I really appreciate that.
Community connection that they orient themselves around. Everything here is about the whole, not about the individual. If you walk down the street eating food, it's considered rude because it's a sharing culture. People expect you to offer food to them. If somebody is homeless or just down on their luck, people give them money. It's not even a question. And I think that's a really good way to live.
I think for me a cultural note is that there's a wide variety of culture within Ethiopia. You know, I might get a certain experience with my host family and sort of like the patriarchal household, and then I talk to someone else and I hear that that's not their experience at all. There are different types of Ethiopians that have different values, and it's very unique based on the individual.
One thing about the country of Ethiopia that opened my eyes was its citizens' work ethic. I teach 9th grade English, and my students are 14 to 18 years old. I also have a few 22 and 23-year-olds in this 9th grade class. This is because some of the kids spend their childhoods working, whether it is assisting their families on a farm, herding animals, working in stores, selling candy and food on the roads or on market days, and even shining and cleaning shoes. You can find children of all ages earning money and assisting their families. Because of the work that some of these kids have to do, they start school late. But no matter how hard they work or how little they may have, you will always see these kids with smiles on their faces. They find a way to have fun. They are very resourceful and happy.
Ethiopia is never colonized.
Ethiopia is movies. Ethiopia is agriculture.
The fossil of Gondor.
The president of Ethiopia, Haile Mariam Desalegn.
Merchants, farmers.
Ethiopia is a diverse country.
ቤቶች
A good country.
Love.
EBC TV.
አዲስ አበባ
Ethiopia is me.
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 Ethiopia is me.